Samuel Hall. I was driving into Salem when I nearly hit a young man in the road. He's covered in blood. It doesn't appear to be his blood, but I can't be certain that he isn't injured. He's standing on his own, and doesn't seem in any way to be too weak to do so, but he's non-responsive. He may be in shock. Can you get someone out here, fast? He looked around and quickly gave his position as best he could. Hell, it was a quiet backwoods road. He'd opted to take IA north from Boston, but had turned off early. The dark, quiet road through the trees had seemed a soothing path for his first visit home in a long time. "Stay calm now, Mr. Hall," the operator told him. "I'll have a car out to your position immediately. Patrolmen are in the vicinity. It won't be long. You're sure the young man isn't bleeding? If so, you must staunch the flow of blood. Stay calm. Are you doing all right?" He hesitated for the fraction of a second, staring at the phone, his mind racing. He thought of the horrors he had witnessed in the military, and he thought of the crime scene photos he'd studied as a criminal attorney. "Ma'am," he said, his voice even and strong, "I'm about as calm as a dead Quaker, but you need to get someone out here fast. I'm going to suggest you send an investigator because I have a feeling this might be human blood, and I don't want to compromise any more evidence than I already have by putting my blanket around the boy." "Of course, sir. Please remain on the line and do your best to remain calm." "If you tell me to remain calm one more time, I'm going to implode and become consumed by spontaneous combustion." "There's already a car on the way, sir. You just have to remain calm. This is Salem, Massachusetts, sir, and we are moving into the Halloween season now, you know. You may be the victim of a prank. Now, stay on the line and remain calm, Mr. Hall." She gasped suddenly, her well-learned rhetoric failing her for a moment. "Oh, you're the Sam Hall." He heard the sound of a siren then. "They're here," is all he said. "Thanks." He hit the end icon on his phone. A patrol car pulled up on the road in front of him, and the glare of its lights met and mingled with the Jag's headlights, almost blinding him for a minute. Two uniformed officers exited from either side of the car, guns in position. "He's not armed," Sam called. He's in shock. He needs medical attention." "An ambulance is on the way," the driver called out. "And Detective Alden. I radioed him on my way out." Alden? He wondered if it was his old friend John. Puritan names still abounded here, and John Alden and he had been on the football team together. John had always wanted to be a cop, a detective, actually. He must have worked his way up through the ranks. The patrolmen walked forward, slowly holstering their guns as they saw that the shaking youth carried no weapon, and that Sam seemed non-threatening as well. "Patrolman Nathan Brewster," one said, introducing himself. "And my partner, Robert Bishop." Sam nodded. "Samuel Hall," he said, but the patrolmen were just staring at the boy. They glanced at each other uneasily. Yeah, Detective Alden's on his way. Any minute now," Brewster said, almost as an afterthought. "What's going on?" Sam asked. The two were behaving curiously. They had holstered their weapons, but appeared ready to spring for them again at any second. Neither touched the boy. Neither spoke to him. The kid was shaking harder and harder, despite the blanket Sam had set around his shoulders. Neither did the boy make any attempt to hold the blanket to his bony frame. Again, the two exchanged glances. "We're not really at liberty to say, sir." "Fine, well, I think we have to get him into a heated car or he'll die of exposure pretty soon," Sam said. True or not, he couldn't bear watching the shocked youth stare wide-eyed at nothing and shake anymore. But before the patrolmen were compelled to respond, the sound of sirens suddenly seemed to grow to an alarming pitch. First on the scene was an unmarked car. A grim, solid-looking man of about 50 in a worn woolen coat and plaid sweater exited the driver's side of the car and strode quickly toward them. Plainclothes cop. Detective, Sam thought. He hoped it was John. And it was. But unlike the others, he didn't pull a weapon. He hurried forward, passing between the patrolman and Sam and the youth. He didn't look at Sam, but at the boy, and his expression wasn't authoritarian or harsh, but sad. "Malachi," he said. "Good God, Malachi, you done it now."